Today, I want to tackle a topic that's been making headlines. Cow farts.
Like poop.
Yes, you heard that right. A few weeks ago, President William Ruto announced a mandatory vaccination of all cows in Kenya.
Tunataka kufanya vaccination. Mimi nataka niwaeleze, tumetafuta pesa. Ng'ombe yetu yote Kenya, every cow in Kenya, 22 million heads of livestock will be vaccinated and paid for by the government of Kenya.
Many Kenyans opposed it.
Biological function ya ng'ombe ni kitu ya kudiscuss. Yani ng'ombe sasa haita nyamba.
Ati was juice na nyamba. Now this is personal. That is your own cow. Don't allow that nonsense.
Huwezi kuingia kwa boma yangu na anza kuduka ng'ombe yangu dingi.
Bill Gates anazunguka huko akidunga mang'ombe ya watu ati kwa sababu ng'ombe na nyamba. Si endelea tu kunyamba.
A big number rubbished the vaccination idea, saying stopping cow farts was not a priority in Kenya.
If it's a vaccine, tell us what threat you feel there is. If it's mad cow disease or foot and mouth.
Lazima tupatie mambo vizuri na taratibu ili tuweze kukubali.
Kenya government never invests in public awareness programs. After the countrywide cattle vaccination drive received a negative reception, President William Ruto described those opposed to it as unreasonable, mad or possessed by evil spirits.
Anybody opposing is simply mad and unreasonable and possibly stupid.
Days later, the Agriculture and Livestock CS Dr. Andrew Karanja came to the president's rescue, denying allegations that the vaccine was meant to stop cows from farting. He also added that the vaccine was made in Kenyan laboratories and 100% safe for use by local farmers on their livestock.
So there is no ulterior motive. So these are safe vaccines which have been tested and tried. They are being used by other countries. They have been used in Kenya. The vaccinations the counties have been doing is based on these vaccines. So it is not something we are trying to get from outside.
Chanjo inafanywa hata ya binadamu. Hakuna mtu Kenya hajakuwa vaccinated. All our children are vaccinated. All of us are vaccinated. Now, surely, if it is not dangerous to vaccinate human beings, how is it dangerous to vaccinate animals? Mimi nauliza hawa watu. Na wanasema mambo ya ajabu, ridiculous things. Ati hii chanjo, ati ng'ombe itakosa kunyamba. Sasa mimi nauliza jameni, kwani sisi wote ambao sisi tumekuwa vaccinated, kuna mtu amekosa kunyamba kwa sababu alikuwa vaccinated? What kind of nonsense are we engaged in? Honestly, I mean, please, give us a break.
Kenyans had speculated that the vaccine was from Bill Gates, who recently visited President Ruto at State House in Nairobi. Bill Gates has also been vocal about rolling out a vaccination drive to control cows from farting methane gas.
Cows are about 5% of global emissions. And then there's a solution where you stick a sort of a metal thing into the skin of the cow and it actually burns the methane. And all of these look to be quite cheap and implementable even in Africa. It's just a question of which solution for which country ends up.
Before Bill Gates vaccines start arriving in your villages, let me break this down for you. The reason behind all this buzz is one word: methane. As you may know, methane is a potent greenhouse gas, and livestock is a significant contributor to its emissions. Many prominent studies in scientific papers say that we are overproducing methane in the world today, and suggests that we need to reduce our global output by all means. Cows burp and fart a lot, and it's impacting climate change. Each of Earth's 1.6 billion cows releases about 100 kilograms of methane every year, This might not sound like much, but methane's effect on the climate is 23 times more than carbon dioxide. Methane traps in the heat of the sun and makes the whole planet warmer. So each cow's emissions are about the same as burning 1,000 liters of petrol every year. Cows are mostly responsible for 18% of the total greenhouse gases worldwide. That's more than the entire transportation sector put together. In 2021,
good afternoon, everybody. Let's get together. Welcome to COP.
The United Nations Conference of the Parties, COP26, created the Global Methane Pledge. It asked nations to pledge to reduce methane emissions by 30% by 2030. President Joe Biden attended the COP27 summit the following year and publicly announced that the United States was on track to meet the methane emission reduction challenge.
Together, we're committing to collectively reduce our methane by 30% by 2030, and I think we could probably go beyond that. And this is all part of our new methane strategy, which focuses on reducing the largest source of methane emissions while putting thousands of skilled workers on the job all across the United States, and I expect in your countries as well.
Let me back up a bit and explain the mechanics of the fart issue a little more. Methanogens, a type of archaea bacteria, create biogas. They break down biomass, organic matter, through an anaerobic digestion process called methanogenesis. In simple terms, these special bacteria help turn the food in our guts into methane gas in our farts. So how did cows get involved in these discussions? Well, cows are big animals, and there are a lot of them out there. Some say that cow farts are negatively impacting our environment because they fart a lot. Others think this idea is just politics and cow fart damage is not a real issue. Now let me explain methane, a greenhouse gas, in relation to climate change. Greenhouse gases have a bad name, but are actually a natural phenomenon. They are not bad or dangerous. In fact, they are much needed. Just like a greenhouse keeps the warmth of the sun inside, greenhouse gases do the same with the warmth that reaches Earth. We call this the greenhouse effect. This is fortunate because without this greenhouse effect, the world would be ice and ice cold. Methane is mainly released by livestock farming, the cultivation of rice, landfill, and the extraction of natural gas. As a greenhouse gas, methane is about 34 times stronger than CO2 and is responsible for about 20% of the greenhouse effect. That's a significant contribution. But there is something special going on with methane. Methane, being unique in this lofty list, does actually disappear quickly from the atmosphere. That is, not in millennia, not in centuries, but just decades. Subscribe to Online Community KE YouTube channel for more jaw-breaking stories. See you in the next one.